with a Silicon Valley problem. You might have one. It's true. Because Fidelity and other money managers are striking deals with tech startups like Uber and Pinterest to load up your retirement portfolio. And I bet you didn't even know it. And what's even scarier to Larry Winget is they're doing it in companies that don't have any money or sign of making money anytime soon. Larry, the argument for this is that, hey, we're spreading our bets. We're giving you a more diversified portfolio. We don't know the percentage that they pour in to these kind of companies, but we know they never did before. So what do you make of this?
Well, I would find it especially alarming if they're pouring big percentages into it. If you're a retiree and you're counting on this to be your retirement fund to live on, because it's pure speculation what these tech startups are going to be worth. They value them, but that value is not based on publicly released financial statements. They've never been traded anywhere before. These are privately held companies. And from a guy like me, it would just be a made-up number. You know, when I look at some of the stuff that's out there, look at Uber, for instance. You know, in mid-2013, it was supposedly worth $3.5 billion. Now the valuation is over $40 billion, 1,000%, when the S&P 500 is up 28%. How do they come up with 1,000% growth in less than 2 years? That would bother me.
All right. Well, they could also move on to the government if they don't make it quite in that enterprise. But you know, do you think they shouldn't invest in this? That shouldn't be part of any portfolio, or do you think when it comes to people and their retirement money, because a lot of times, keep in mind, Larry, this is multi-year, multi-decade money, that there shouldn't be a little bit of aggressive investment in there anyway?
I have no problem with it being a very small percentage, and some of them are saying, some of the mutual funds are saying it will only be a very small percentage. The good side is if it's very small, you're not going to lose a lot of money. But the bad side is even if they make a lot of money, and for instance, Uber is worth 1,000 times more than it was a couple of years ago, you're probably not going to make a lot of money either. It all comes down to how old you are, Neil. If you're 40 years old, you can, and you have most of your earning years ahead of you, you can afford to be a little more risky. If you're in your 60s, you can't afford that kind of risk. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made, but there's always the other side of that. There's a lot of money to be lost, and I don't want any of that money as I approach retirement to be mine when it comes to losing it.
Well, not everyone can write an incredible bestseller one after the other like you, young man. People have to hedge their bets. Larry Winget, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Well, holy moly, with Ted Cruz.